I grew up in the Bronx. Swimming was a sport that wasn't accessible to everyone. It was more for kids that were rich and had money. And I really didn't understand the concept of the water and the dangers of it all.
Given our son's autism diagnosis, it was hard for him to understand from an executive functioning perspective what water safety really means.
As a child, I would stay close to the shoreline. Even if it's just a small body of water, there is the potential of drowning.
When I was a little girl, my parents and I would go to the Jersey Shore, and my dad and I would go into the ocean. But my mother, who never learned to swim, would be back on the farthest reaches of the sand because she was actually really afraid. That's something that stuck with me. So making swimming accessible to everyone has become a very important mission to me.
79% of children from low-income families have little to no swimming ability. Drowning is the leading cause of death for kids under 4 and the second leading cause for kids under 14. Asphalt Green was founded to bring people together of all backgrounds, and our swim programs bring everyone together in the pool.
Take your marks. Up.
We've taught 100,000 kids to swim. We've given away more than $40 million worth of free swim lessons. We run a waterproofing program that has taught over 35,000 second graders to swim.
You can do it, you're almost there, you're almost there.
Waterproofing builds this otherwise inaccessible life skill into the school day that makes it part of their routine, and at the end of it, it protects children against drowning. Not only do we want to teach kids to swim, but we want each child to be able to say, what does excellence mean to them? And if that means learning to be a great swimmer, being part of the Agua team can open doors for people. Since 2001, we have given out more than 400 scholarships to deserving children on our Agua swim team.
Swimming has really changed my work ethic because there's been times where I'm like, I can't do this. But I learned from swimming that if I just push through that, it's really beneficial in the end, which has helped with my confidence both in and out of the water.
The number one cause of death in children with an autism diagnosis is water-related. This was a really big cause of anxiety for our family. So we wanted to give him the right tools to navigate water safely, and that's what brought us to Asphalt Green.
Asphalt Green's mission, at its core, it is inclusive. We are making accessibility a priority across all of its programming by really putting a focus on training and hiring staff who have the education. Another huge thing that we're doing is listening to the community, to the families, to the schools that we're serving, and how we can best individualize instruction for them.
Asphalt Green was the first program where we felt the instructors really understood Riley's specific needs. They really were very patient with Riley and allowed him to go at his own comfort level.
We don't put any pressure on our swimmers. They grow at their own pace.
Which is something that we had not experienced with other programs.
Was it fun? Yeah. If we are meeting the needs of neurodivergent kids, then we are meeting the needs of all kids. And we can make an impact that is universal.
This is New York City. We are surrounded by water. It's kind of flabbergasting to me that we wouldn't teach our children how to swim.
We were recently very lucky to receive a grant from the Gray Foundation so that we could launch Wave Makers.
Council members Julie Menon and Shekhar Krishnan came to us with this idea, and we said, you had to say hello. We took a not-for-profit institution in Asphalt Green, partnered with the city, and then our foundation, and we're gonna impact several thousand kids.
We want to show other urban areas throughout the country how to teach every kid how to swim. That's why we are partnering with USA Swimming. They're experts at helping spread swim lessons throughout America. So while we are working on Wave Makers, they have been so instrumental in helping us form how we would implement it and ultimately scale it up beyond New York City.
It doesn't matter where you come from, swimming should be open for all.
My dream would be that you cannot graduate high school without knowing how to swim. And that should not be a privilege, that should be a requirement.
The water is my personal escape. When I'm swimming, it's like nothing else matters.
Swimming has brought me such great memories. and such a great community.
I felt a sense of freedom when I was in the water. That's definitely something that changed my life.
We don't know exactly where we'll be in 5 years, but we know it's going to be someplace bigger than what we are now. We know that we're going to be expanding our footprint. We know that we will teach tens of thousands of more kids to swim. We know that we'll reach people all throughout New York City, and we're going to do it through sports, fitness, and play for all.